Sometimes, great loves end in misery, such as the love affair of Mary and Percy Shelley, two free souls entangled in a complicated but passionate love. Mary Shelley, née Goodwin, was born towards the end of the 18th century to a family of freethinkers. Mary's father was a noted writer and philosopher, and her mother was feminist. Alas, with her birth, Mary had taken her mother's life from her, and perhaps the fact that she had to deal with her overbearing stepmother was her punishment for it. In Mary's miserable life, a beacon of light shone so brightly, and that was none other than Percy Shelley, a young poet and an admirer of Mary's father. Percy, despite being a married man with children, had lost all love for his wife, and found an intellectual soulmate in Mary. Overcome by complex feelings of guilt and longing for each other, the two decided to flee to France, and take Mary's stepsister, Claire Clairmont, a fellow poet with them. Their journey was the ultimate epitome of poetic. The trio spent their days reading and writing, and traveling throughout France in search of inspiration. Alas, their days of blissful ignorance came to an end when they ran out of money and were forced to return back to England, where harsh and cruel reality, much different than their poetic ideals, awaited them. Mary was devastated with the loss of her infant, and Percy was shunned from his family for his immature behavior. However, all their worries were gone with the wind when the couple traveled to Switzerland to spend a wondrous summer with Lord Byron and Claire. This marked an incredibly important turning point in Mary's career, as it was during this period that 19-year-old Mary finished and published her famous novel, Frankenstein, which remains one of the most popular works of the Romantic period. Sadly, no matter how hard the two tried, their ghosts from the past never left them alone. Back in England, Percy's wife committed suicide, unable to bear the emotional burden of his actions, and this allowed Percy to officially wed Mary. Ironically, their marriage killed something very important in their lives, and that was none other than their passionate love. The two settled in Italy, and Percy became part of an expatriate artistic community centered on Lord Byron. The death of their children, combined with Percy's wandering eye, troubled their marriage. However, in a twisted turn of events, Percy drowned, and left Mary to take care of their only child who hadn't been snatched away by fate's cruel clutches. Mary spent the rest of her days remembering Percy fondly, and preserving his poems from falling into oblivion. Do you think their love affair was a mistake in the first place? Leave your comments down there and let us know your thoughts.